down in the chat. Let us know where you're connecting from. Go ahead and tell us what city, state, or country you're connecting from so we can kind of see. We always like to know where people around the globe might be coming in to take a look at the orientation calls. It's really great to see so many faces, and I see some familiar names already, which is great. Orange County is here, Birmingham is here, Nevada is here. Wonderful. Wow, Singapore, welcome. I don't know what time it is, but welcome. Phoenix, Arcadia, great. Oklahoma City. I'm in Los Angeles, California myself. Here. Alberta, Canada is here. Woo, New Jersey, Myrtle Beach, Vegas, baby. That's what we're talking about. We love Vegas. The Philippines, awesome. So many people connecting from all over the world. And that's the nice thing about these orientations. This is a great way for you to plug in to get to meet some of the amazing leaders that are part of the Riman opportunity, that are here to share some information with you, teach you a bit about the business opportunity. So whether this is your first time or your 30th time, it's always a great way to kind of see new information or maybe hear it in a slightly different way from somebody so that you get the most benefit from the opportunity. I see more Alberta here. I see Vancouver, Virginia, Canyon Lake. This is awesome. Lake Forest, Orange County. Wonderful. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us tonight. Again, my name is Scott Allen. I'm one of the leaders here at Riman, and I am privileged to be here to lead this orientation or start this orientation off tonight. We have an amazing group of some very helpful leaders here who are going to teach you more about the opportunity. So, grab a pen and paper and get ready to take some notes, and we're going to teach you some things, right? If it's your first time here again or your 30th time here, there's always a chance to learn a little bit more. The orientation itself, right? The reason we're all here, it's designed to give you a game plan, how to quick start the business, right? You just joined this opportunity. You're here for some reason. Somebody interested you in the product, somebody interested in you in the opportunity. You made the decision to join, and now it's about how do I get myself started or how do I learn more about this opportunity? So tonight we're giving you a simple guide on to just set you on the right path to make sure that you're going in the right direction, right? The reason for these calls, I always like to tell people, and something that I heard recently that reminded me, right? You can't coach belief into somebody. You have to have people plug in. And so the more you plug into these calls, the more you see other leaders and you realize other people are doing this same thing that you're doing. And you hear about their successes and you see what they're doing. That's what makes it easier for you. That's what makes it more exciting for you. That's what makes you realize like this is the right place. One of the things I heard from one of our amazing leaders recently, and I just love this saying. It's like we all love the products, right? But the best product Remon offers is this opportunity. That is the best thing, and that's why we're all here. So without further ado, let me share my screen. Let's get this ball rolling, and we'll go through tonight's orientation. Here we are, sharing, sharing, sharing. Alrighty. So tonight, we're going to go through basically a support system or your support system, right? We're going to talk a little bit about launching your business. We're going to talk a little bit about the upcoming announcements and some of the specials that might be going on as well. The first thing we always like to start talking about is for those of you that might be new or maybe haven't heard before, who is Remon? What is this company? Who is this company? Why are we all here, right? So Remon was established in 2018 in Korea. And in a very short period of time, less than 5 years, they sold over $2.5 billion of their amazing product. And mind you, at that time, they didn't have the full offering of product that we see now. They had like 4 or 5 products total, right? So the Boo and the cream were like the key things, and they made a huge amount of sales in a short amount of time. They became rated the #1 K-beauty brand in the country that brings us K-beauty. So that in itself is also amazing, right? That's something that you can't look past. It's like how in the world, and the only way in the world is the products are amazing, right? They launched in North America back in March of 2023. We launched in Taiwan. We've gone to Hong Kong in early 2024, Mexico, Malaysia, Singapore, United Kingdoms, Philippines, Japan has launched, right? And there's so much more on the map for this coming year year and for the next few years. If you haven't heard it before, the goal is 50 countries in 5 years. And there is absolutely nothing that makes me believe that isn't going to happen the way this company has been operating. So, so glad that you're here to take part of what this amazing company and these amazing products are doing for everyone. A big part of why we're here, obviously, is Riman, right? Is backed by the amazing philosophy, the Korean skincare ritual, right? How the products have evolved over, and the rituals have evolved over literally hundreds and thousands of years. The products are amazing. The prices are, I always say it's affordable luxury product, right? There's no need to spend hundreds upon hundreds and thousands of dollars when you can buy these amazing products for a couple $100 and get all of the benefits of what we offer. The plan, which we're talking about tonight, is unlike any other plan I know of or have heard of. And really, the biggest thing for me is the people, meeting all of the leaders, meeting all of the corporate and executive leaders at the conventions, going to the trainings, being on these Zoom calls like this, where you get to meet additional leaders and see what people are doing and hear little bits of their stories, is always truly amazing. And I absolutely love all of the people that I've had the opportunity to get to know and meet and now call my friends. So welcome. I hope to meet you at our upcoming convention myself, and I know we're going to become best buddies when it happens. So let's talk a little bit about the support system, right? So the very first thing to know is that, when you get into this opportunity, right? First of all, it's a $20 fee to join Remon, which is practically unheard of to start a business for such a low amount of money. And then it's like, now what do I do, right? But you don't have to worry about that. Remon has this entire support system. Remon.com is your website. You go to Remon.com and you can literally take care of your entire business. You can enroll your new customers. You can enroll your new planner partner distributors, right? You can look up your order management, sales management, look at placing your own orders through the website. There are business tools, there are marketing tools, and these are all provided to you all for the same amount, right? There's no additional monthly fee that you have to pay. There's no additional marketing budget that you have to be worried about, etc. And truly, as someone who's been in business before, I've owned a fashion company with my wife. We spent literally thousands upon thousands of dollars just to get started and building a website and having all of those things in place. It's a huge amount of work. So we are all blessed that Remon is the company they are and that they provide us with this information. My office is where you're going to go in. So not only is there Remon.com, where you're going to allow your customers to log in and sign up and purchase goods yourself, but now you've got the Remon My Office, which we call the back office, right? Where you can go and that's where you're going to check everything that's going on. You're going to be able to look at your business as it's building. You're going to see how many new planners did I get? How many new customers did I get? What are my, sales points, business points? You're going to hear those terms, and those are things you'll become familiar with to look at. How is my business growing? What do I need to make the most out of this opportunity? And it's all right there at your fingertips. And I love the fact that these images are all of a smartphone, because that's the thing. We all live on that little device these days, don't you know it? And so, yes, you may have a laptop or a computer at home, but we're all walking around with these, and we all want to be able to check our business at our fingertips, and you can directly from the My Office application. Not only that, you have the option to go in and have your own sort of a personal mall. So when you sign up, you get a mall with whatever username you assign. If I wanted mine to be Scott Allen, and be scottallen.remon.com, right? It's not, but I'm just saying. But the point is, you can go in and you can share your link very easily. So when you're looking to enroll a customer, or you're looking to enroll a new partner distributor, right? You can easily log in, get that link, and share it to them in a text message or in an email or anything that you want to make it extremely easy. So your planner information is right there at your fingertips as well. We also have the option to create what we call a shopping bag. And the shopping bags are really amazing because rather than having people go in maybe for the first time and look around and get lost about, oh, there's so many things, what do I want to do? You can be more strategic about, hey, I put together a bag of goods I think you'll really like. And you just share that link to them. Here's the kit I think you would like. Here's a starter kit, or here's a ritual kit, or here's these 5 products based on the conversation I just had with you yesterday and knowing your skin conditions, right? So you can have a number of different bags that you can create directly from your own mall. And because Riman is growing globally, you can also create bags in different currencies. So if you are building a team in Mexico, if you are building a team in Japan, right, you can have bags in those currencies so that you can send them out to the appropriate persons to purchase in those currencies. So the opportunity to share the information and to bring business in is extremely easy by using the site, checking your business, using the bags and creating these bags and basically using the tools that are readily available to you. Now, one of the other places that you're going to want to spend some time, you're not going to do it all in one sitting, but the drive, right? We call it the drive. It's exploreremon.com/marketing. You see it on the screen there. This is where you find everything. Remember, I said you don't have to worry about a marketing budget and all that kind of stuff. The product one sheets are there, the images are there, the instructional sheets are there, how to do the different rituals. There are videos available to you to download and play at your K-pop-up events or other events that you might plan or to use on your social media. There's so much more. There are forms there. This presentation that I'm showing you tonight is available to you if you want to download it from the drive, right? And so many other things. So take some time, a few minutes. If you're new to Remon and you haven't been to the drive first, go there and take a few minutes every day. There's about 5 different sections that you can go through. It's kind of hard to see on the screen, but the skincare, the makeup, the personal care, nutrition, then tools, promotions, events, right? You can go through each one of those sections and find the things that you feel will help you in initiating your business and growing your business as quickly as possible, right? So the drive is very important. You want to make sure that you're taking a look there and going through. Now, the last piece that I'm going to talk to you specifically about tonight is launching your business. And this particular form is available on the drive as well. And you want to make sure that you download this form and that you fill it out, right? There's a couple of steps. There's a step one, your business plan, a senior manager game plan, a team leader game plan, and a commitment to the different plans, etc., right? So you want to make sure that you download this form and you fill it out physically. Like take a minute and write it down, because the thing is that a plan on paper doesn't do anything by itself, right? But the plan in motion changes everything about it, right? And one of our leaders said one time, and I had to write it down so I remember, right? Success loves speed and requires action. So you're here, you're part of the opportunity, but if you don't take action, nothing is going to happen on its own. So get in, get this form, start to fill it out. The biggest part that I want to talk to you about tonight is launching your business, right? There is a short-term goal, there is a long-term goal, and your why. Short-term goal, you're here, right? You're here. Somebody got you excited. You joined because of the products or the opportunity itself. So what is it that you immediately are hoping to achieve in the next 2 to 6 months? What do you want to do, right? That's your short-term goal. So set it down and then look at a long-term goal. After you achieve those initial goals, what do you think you're going to do next? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? If you haven't heard any of the stories of some of the amazing leaders, first of all, if you aren't coming to convention for some reason, book a ticket, stop everything, get there because you're going to hear some of the most amazing stories. And when I saw, heard, and have experienced what some people are doing in this opportunity, it completely changed my own goals. And I reevaluate them quite honestly. My wife and I are team leader co-partners together, and we reevaluate our goals all the time because we're like, oh, maybe we're just not thinking big enough, right? There is no end in sight as to what you can achieve in this opportunity. So get those goals written down and then write down your why. What is it? You're here because you want to make a couple $100s a month. You want to make a couple thousand. You want to pay off a car, help pay for your kids' education, pay for the mortgage on your house. Or is it replacing your actual full-time job? You want out. You want to get a new job. Or it's an additional revenue stream and you just want to have a more comfortable retirement. Whatever, any of those things or more, whatever you can think of, write it down. Make sure that you consider why are you here? What do you expect to get out of this? Because only with massive action towards those goals will everything occur? And it's extremely important that you write those down. So that's my bit for tonight. Again, I'm so excited that you're all here. I'm so glad that I could get you started. We have an amazing leader that I want to introduce. Laura is a proud mom of two beautiful children. She's got a very handsome Korean husband. She is a network marketing, or she's a marketing manager and a team leader who is actively building her own teams right now in Florida and in Mexico. And so we're so glad to have Laura with us tonight. I'm going to stop sharing a second so she can say hello. This is Laura Munoz.
Hello, everyone. Wow, Scott, thank you so much for that intro. I'm just so happy to be here sharing a little bit about my story. My name is Laura. I'm Colombian. I grew up in Miami and now I live in beautiful LA. I've been doing the business for over 2 years now. And for the past 12 years, I worked in the fashion industry, and it was amazing how I had an amazing job back in 2023. But I started noticing that my health was not that good, and I developed some acne. And I tried, yeah, please share my testimonial. I developed this cystic acne, and honestly, I tried so many products. I was doing, I think, second rounds with my dermatologist, and nothing was really working. Then I see Dora, director Dora, and I noticed her skin. Her skin was glowing, her hair. And I was like, Dora, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, I'm using this key beauty brand. And lucky me, she gifted to me for my birthday and I started using it. I honestly, at that point, I didn't think it was going to help me with the acne because I didn't know anything about the centella asiatica or lava water. I didn't know. It was new to me. So I'm like, I just want that glass skin. I just want that lifting effect. I just want to look 10 years younger. And I started using it. And no lie, within 4 days, I noticed that my inflammation was going down. People started noticing, like my aunt, she's an esthetician in Miami, and she noticed how my condition has improved. She's like, wow, I want to know. My my previous manager in my other job, she joined me in this business. She's now gonna be one of my team leaders too. So honestly, organically, I started sharing my testimonial. I started using the hair care line, and wow, I love how it helped me with my hair. I was just so happy to share, and that's how I organically started building my business in Miami, and now I'm building in Mexico. And I'm just so excited because Riman not only changed my skin, as you guys can see through the screen, but it changed my confidence. It gave me time to be a present mom, and it connect me with so many inspirational women around the world. And I'm just so happy that everyone that's here on this call, it's we are at the perfect timing for this global expansion. So congratulations, everyone that's here. And now I wanna pass you to Jackie that she's gonna talk about a little bit of the business. Jackie is a team leader from Hawaii. She's a former teacher with over 10 years of experience in sales, and she loves helping people find confidence and success with Riman. She's also an amazing, I love her content in social media, so you guys should follow her. She's so funny. So, Jackie, thank you. Welcome.
Aw, thanks, Laura. You're so sweet. And thank you, Scott, also for being always so helpful with these slides. Laura, your before and after is amazing. You guys, if you have not taken your before and after, don't tell me. I don't want to know. I hope your answer is yes, you did take a before and after because and even if you've started already and say you're like a year in or whatever, take your photo now because that is your testimony. Your skin will look different. It will look different a year from now. So if you haven't taken your photo, make sure to do that. And I love that Laura shared, that Riman brought her confidence in her skin, right? And so I want to share another part of Riman, and that's the business because you can be confident in both your skincare and business with our plan. So I'm going to talk about our senior manager game plan. Now, when I started, just like Laura, I built organically. People were asking me about my skin. I didn't understand this game plan. And now that I truly understand it, I want you guys to understand it also. I'm going to try to explain it very simply because it's so important. This is the foundational level that I want all of you to achieve as quickly as possible. Okay. All right. So I'm Scott, could you go to the next slide, please? Make sure that you set a date for your senior manager promotion. You can have up to 3 months, but try to do it as quickly as possible. And what you really need to know is this one detail. You need 6,000 SP in a consecutive rolling 3 months. And the best part of that is that you get to choose the way that aligns with you. Okay, so like Laura and I, we decide to go the organic route. So maybe not as quickly as, now I understand the importance of doing so. Or, you can do it quick. You can do it quickly. You could do it slowly. It's up to you. You choose what's in alignment with your budget, your timing, and your schedule. And when I was thinking about sharing the senior manager game plan with you guys, I was trying to think of a visual, like how could I help you to understand how simple it can be? And I thought about doing my steps, right? So does anyone do their daily step count like of 10K? If you do, can you just drop a one in the comments because I don't want to feel alone, right? So if you're someone that does your steps, right? I have a goal of 12,000 steps a day, and I started at 7,000 and then I worked my way up to 12,000. And recently, my girlfriend asked me, how are you doing 12,000 steps a day? Right. And so there are many ways for me to do that. Like there are many ways for you to hit 6,000, right? So for my steps, I could front load my day. I could do like half of them before my kids get up, or I could space it out evenly and do 3,000 by 10 o'clock and then 12. I could do it like that. I could sprint if I wanted to and get them done quicker, jog. I could walk if I wanted to. And that's what I normally do, by the way. I don't run unless I'm running for my life, and luckily I haven't had a reason to do so. I can hit my steps alone, or I can do it with friends. And so I hope this analogy helps you to see that this is the same way that you can achieve your 6,000 SP. Okay, if you want to be out the gates and running, you can purchase 4 premium starter kits and you're already senior manager. That automatically is going to bump you up from 10% to 30%. Like, why wouldn't you want to hit that as quickly as possible, right? So that's one way you could do it. That's not the only way though. Like say you want to jog, right? Then you might get 1 premium kit yourself and then maybe have 3 friends who are joining you in this jog and that they purchase 3 as well. Or you could do 2 premium kits and then sell the rest in products. There's like a ton of ways for you to be able to hit that 6,000 SP. All right. So you have the 3 rolling months. So what that means is this is February. If you're joining today, you have February, March, and April to hit senior manager. And you can spread that out or wham bam, thank you, ma'am, get it done. Okay. And what's really cool is that you don't have to do this alone. All right. Your purchases, your customers' purchases, anyone that you recruit, their orders, and then their customers' orders, all of that attributes and contributes, sorry, to your 6,000 SP. So you don't have to walk or run alone. You can do this with others, and actually you'll get there faster if you do. All right, let's see. Okay, so there is a commission release qualification. And what that means is as a senior manager, you are going to need 3 active customers a month. 3 active customers are just 3 different people who order any amount in the month. Okay. And when you're on your senior manager, did I just make up a word? Senior, okay. Senior manager run, you're already going to have like 20 plus customers. Okay. That's going to be your goal as well. So these 3 active customer requirements, the requirement for that, don't even worry about it. Okay. Just build with partners, build with customers, and you'll be able to hit that release qualification. All right. So Senior manager commission, I'm starting to sweat now. Okay, because when I got my first senior manager paycheck last December, it had a comma in it. Okay, and like it was nice, and I could not believe that I was able to achieve that. And so I always pour that into my team. It's like you guys can make really great income as senior manager, right? And so I tell them just go for it. Go as quickly as you can. All right, so let's see. All right, so your senior manager commission is 30% to 40%. I'll break that down a little bit. And if I don't go into detail enough, we have a wonderful commission breakdown video that Danny Bay has in the drive that Scott talked about earlier. So you can always go back to that. All right, so you're going to make the commission off your customers. Your 25% base commission comes off your retail customers, okay? There's also a 5% senior manager open group override. So what that means is that you're able, for the first time ever, to make additional income off of your team. Okay, so when you're a planner, I keep making these words up. If you're a planner or a manager, you are not able to receive commission from your team. But once you're senior manager, you are. So and Scott will show that slide later. I'm going to show you exactly how you're going to earn off your team as well. There is also amazing bonus called Unilevel. For Unilevel, all you need are 10 customers. They don't have to order every month. You just have to have 10 customers and $1,000 in SP from your personal orders and for your customer orders. And you're going to unlock 4 levels of Unilevel bonus, which is an extra 5%. We also have top retailer bonuses, and that can range between 5 to 10%. And then as a senior manager, your 25% commission is going to be broken apart half in rebate and half in Riman dollars. And then again, don't forget that open group 5% commission. That was a big game changer for me. I saw that in my paycheck and I was just blown away. Okay, one more thing you need to know about senior manager is once you hit it, you get to keep it for life. Okay, I was mind blown when someone told me that because in the past, I would have to start over from zero every month. Okay, and start and make my qualifications over and over. I had to maintain. But you're a senior manager, you're gonna make 30% forever and ever and ever and ever, unless you quit, but you're not gonna do that because we don't quit on this team. Okay. So 30%. When you have customers, you're gonna make 30 to 40%, depending if you're hitting those other bonuses that I mentioned earlier. When you welcome a planner is another, I guess, what would you say, like another distributor. They make 10%, right? So you take the difference. You're making 30%, they're making 10%, you get the difference of 20%. Okay? Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you're understanding so far. Okay? Now, when that planner promotes to manager, managers make 20%. So you're going to get the difference of 30 to 20%, which is 10%. And then when you promote another senior manager, the company doesn't forget about you. You are still able to earn five. Thanks for the thumbs up. You guys are able to earn 5% off that planner's orders because you're the one who introduced them to Riman. So the company is going to continue to compensate you. Now, on the bottom, you'll see vertical text. That's that open group commission, 5%. Okay, it is unlimited. Okay, unlimited means unlimited, no limits. Okay, and it's amazing. All right, so as a senior manager, you will have 5% open group commission, and that could be a mortgage for you. Like my first senior manager paycheck could have been a mortgage. Like that's life-changing for so many people. All right, and I guess that's it. I think, did I cover everything, Karen?
I
Thumbs
just
up?
have to come back in for 2 seconds and
Okay,
say
so
that that
as
analogy
you're
you
building your way to as you're building your way to senior manager, you're also helping a ton of people, right, along the way. And that means you may as well just run for the next rank, which is team leader. Okay, remember the senior manager income's amazing? Okay, the team leader income is amazing. Okay, so helpful. And we have Brooke Patterson from Alabama. She's another team leader. She is a former tax attorney. She knows her numbers, and she has experience in skincare and the direct sales channel. She's passionate, just like so many of us are, in helping others find success with Riman. And so I am going to let her talk about the good stuff. Team leader. Thank you, Brooke.
Thank you so much, Jackie. I'm so excited to share with you guys a little bit about Team Leader. I'm going to share my screen with you also so you can see a few illustrations that I'm going to give. But what I love about Team Leader is it's really that point where you can look at this and say, wow, I am making a full-time salary here. You know, this can start to turn into more than just a side hustle, and it can really become a career. And that's what happened for me with this business. It is a career and it has been absolutely incredible. So, with Team Leader, you are going to be able to have senior managers under you, and you're going to make commission off of them, and you're going to be making commission off of your customers too. And so, we're going to talk about what it looks like to be a team leader and how you get there and all the benefits. So this looks very similar probably to the slide we just looked at about senior manager, just some new numbers. So your team leader run, unlike your senior manager run, is actually going to be over a 5 month rolling period. So you have a little bit longer to get there, but you can choose your own pace. You can get there faster. Basically, you need 50,000 SP out of your team over a 5 month period. However, if your team really gets going and growing quickly, you're going to be able to hit that number even faster. You're also going to need to have three senior managers minimum under you in order to get this requirement met. So you're going to have a volume requirement of the 10,000 a month for a total of 50,000 in a 5 month or less period. And then your structure is going to look like at least three senior managers. Now, to get your commission released, you have to have 5 active customers each month. But when you are growing a business and sharing and training your team, I assure you, you're going to blow right past those 5 customers a month. You won't even have to think about it. So, what's really great about Team Leader? Well, you're getting a 40% base commission, you guys. Base. That's before you add on the potential top retailer bonus or unilevel bonuses. So you're going to start at 40% up to 50% commission. You also get something called leadership match on up to 3 generations. What's really cool about that is it allows you to get paid when you develop leaders. So let's say you have someone that you really pour into on your team and they become a team leader. Well, you're not going to be cut off from getting paid on them when they become a team leader. In fact, you're going to get a percentage of their commission as a check match every single month. And this is going to be true for their team leaders and their team leaders. So, up to 3 generations of a check match. You're also going to get to unlock 6 levels of unilevel with just 1,000 in personal SP every single month. And my personal favorite might be the personal order rebate program because that's 40% too, you guys. You're going to get 20% in cash rebate and another 20% in Remind dollars, which is basically like free product credit that you can use later whenever you want on additional product to help you run your business. So you're going to have a lot of ways here that you can really, really expand your business and grow. So let's talk about how do you get to team leader? How do you get to the gateway to the really good stuff? Well, if you look at your game plan, we're going to make you a senior manager factory. And what's going to happen in the meantime, though, is you're just going to be collecting customers and planners, right? Some people may become managers, some are going to become senior managers, some may stay planners, and you're making commission off of all of those through a dynamic pay plan. So if you look at this diagram here, you see you have a customer and you're making 40 to 50% off that customer. And then you see right beside that, you sign a planner. Well, planners make 10% commission, right? Well, you're at 40%. 40 minus 10 is 30. So they left that 30 on the table. That's your open group commission. You hop on over to the next person. They became manager, right? So they're at that 20% level. 40 minus 20 leaves 20. So there's 20% commission that you're going to be making off of them too. So as you can see, you're going to be making money off of all of these leaders as they grow. And then in addition to that, when you unlock that unilevel, you're going to make additional commission there. So you can see your first two generations is 5%, your next four generations is 3%. That's on top of the commission you're already earning off your team. So you can see how when you start to grow a team and you start to have a lot of people working, you start to really see what it means to have passive income in this business, to literally be making money while you sleep, to think that you may have taken the day off or taken a nap and to log back in and see your team is selling things and you're making residual income off of what they sell. So you train this person and you get them up and running on your team. And then for all of time, as they are earning money, you're going to be making residual commission off of this wonderful team that you've built. So, team leader game plan, what does that look like? Well, we know that a senior manager is 6,000 in SP, right? So naturally, you're going to need, maybe nine senior managers to get there. That would get you there, right? But there's a lot of different ways to get there. You may have a bunch of customers. You may have some people that are just manager or planner, and it's all going to count. But obviously, the fastest way to get there will be senior managers. One really neat fact I recently learned that I thought was a great analogy when you're talking about people potentially wanting to start off in a big way by buying a kit to help advance them to these promotions is that the average small business loan in America is $60,000 to start a business. And that's with a hope of a 10% profit margin. Whereas you could start this business with 6,000 with a guaranteed 30% profit margin. It's incredible the opportunity that this business provides if you're willing to just jump in and work and believe in yourself and believe in the opportunity that exists and the opportunity that you know is very real from seeing people like us on here sharing our real life stories of how we've actually done it and how you can too. So, duplication of senior managers will be the fastest way for you to become a team leader. So, I encourage you to think about how you can become a senior manager factory. If you create just one and a half senior managers a month, that's going to get you to $10,000 a month very, very quickly. So, there's no speed limit here. Think of this like the Autobahn. You can drive as fast as you want. Don't make your minimums your maximums. There's a lot of money in this pay plan. I encourage you to maximize it and watch what happens with your business. Speaking of maximizing this, I want to introduce you to my dear friend Karen Kang. Karen is an amazing leader in this company. She's at the very top of this company. This is her first time in direct sales, and she has an incredibly successful career and a full-time job, you guys. And she has built a huge global team while managing a full-time job. So I can't wait for you to hear from Karen. So, Karen, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Brooke. Wow, what an incredible call this has been so far. I loved your analogy. It is so true. What other business can you start for $6,000 and guaranteed a 30% return? I mean, that I love that. Jackie, amazing. That was the best. I am going to remember that forever. And Laura, thank you so much for sharing your testimonial with us. And Scott, as always, we love having you on this call to open us up for everyone. And I just want to say, 新年快乐,恭喜发财, Happy Lunar New Year, everyone. Am I the only one wearing red? Happy Lunar Year, New Year, happy Year of the Horse. Wow, it's going to be an incredible year. I am super excited to be here on this call with you all. And thank you for spending your Lunar New Year with us. Let's get this party started here. Okay, so my name is Karen Kang, and I'm a senior director at Riman. And like Brooke said, this is my first time with a direct sales company, and I couldn't have joined a better company. And I am a full-time investment banker, and I'm a mother, a single mom, and I take care of two aging parents. I have my plate is very full, but I still find time for Riman because I've never found an opportunity quite like this. And what I love about this is, this is true residual income, which is something that I've been looking for. And it doesn't matter how much money I make, at my job. It doesn't matter if I work longer hours than anybody else. There's a cap, right? There's a certain ceiling, or I'll never make more than the owner of the company. And the day that I stop showing up, I'll stop getting paid. And so I've been racking my brain for years if there's got to be another way other than buying expensive real estate to earn residual income. And so it was kind of like, I just loved it. I felt like a golden egg had dropped into my lap when I first met Riman. And that's why I hit the ground running and decided to give it a chance, because I'd rather, try something than live with the thought of regretting and not having tried at all. So I'm really excited. I love this launching your business commitment to my plan, section number 4 of launching your business, because I was a fast starter and I became a director within a few months of starting the business and a senior director in under a year, and literally making life-changing income. I make more income in 1 month than a full-time employee does at my firm in 1 year. So just to put it into perspective here. So if you guys are ready, I'm going to share with you guys what has been working for a lot of us and all the team leaders on the call tonight. To create some life-changing income for you and your family. So let's get started. So what you want to do is, first of all, if you just joined this business, you want to go out there and share it with every single person that you know that you partnered with the #1 Korean skincare company from South Korea. And an important lesson that I learned in the very beginning was don't prejudge anyone, because I promise you, the people who you think will won't, and the people who you least expect are going to become your superstars. So our job is simply just to share the information and let them make the decision for themselves. So it doesn't matter if you think they're too rich or too pretty or too busy. Just share with everybody. And it can be as simple as just making an invitation that, hey, I would like to share something with you, or I have something that I don't want to regret not sharing with you, or I'm trying to learn how to share a business in Korean skincare. Would it be okay if I invited you over so that I can test my presentation on you? It literally doesn't even have to be a presentation. It's just sharing and communicating with your friends that you partnered with the #1 Korean skincare brand. And so you just want to schedule what we call 2K pop-ups. And this is your introductory, this is your introduction of the company and the products to your friends. And they just come over and you can just demo the products. Your goal is to get it on as many faces as you can in the fastest amount of time. Okay, so this week I challenge you to schedule a K pop-up right away and invite as many people as you can and just put it on their face. We all know how to apply the products, right? Just put it on their face and let the products do their magic and work for themselves. That they will do what they're supposed to do. We all know and love the products. Your job, just get it on their face. So after that, and we always say we have a space for 2 dates, because you always want to kind of give them a choice. Hey, what are you doing on Tuesday or Saturday? I have 2 events. Or if somebody says, oh, I'm busy every single Saturday, you can say, oh, don't worry, because we have another one on Wednesday night. Okay, so it's always a good idea to have 2 ready to go. And you want to put those down on your list, and you want to start getting in the habit of checking them off, because that does something in your brain where when you start to accomplish like one little task at a time, it's going to set your mind to think, okay, I can do this. It's going to propel you forward. The next thing you want to do is make a list. And the longer your list, the more successful you're going to be. So again, don't prejudge anybody. Just start making a list of everybody and anyone that you may know, from even, it could be childhood friends, neighbors, coworkers, family members, cousins, aunts. It doesn't matter. Just make a list and start inviting. I would definitely over invite, because my rule of thumb is, hey, invite about 20, 30 people if you want about 5 to 7 people there, because life happens. About half will say yes. And then right before your event, you want to follow up on the day before, but on the morning of, life just happens. We know it always happens to us, right? So you want to always over invite so that you have, because without guests, you're not going to have a successful pop-up, right? So just over invite as many people as you can. And you want to create a good product story. So in the beginning, because I didn't have any experience, how I invited everybody was, this is the best way, the old-fashioned way. Just pick up the phone, call everyone. And when they say yes, or right when they're on the phone with you, shoot them a text. And you want to shoot them a text of before and afters. And if you don't have one yet, I would definitely take one of these. You're going to want to take a screenshot of this. Use the before and afters that the company offers. You want to for sure have your own before and after, but a picture tells 1,000 words, right? So here's another slide that you guys can share. All I did in the beginning was call a bunch of my friends, send them some before and afters, and say, if you want to try the products that made these people's skin look like this, you're going to want to come over. Okay. And let me tell you, it works. So you want to share some before and afters. And then you also you want to start to grow your business by attending events. Okay, so you're going to schedule pop-ups to grow your team, but you also want to become more knowledgeable as you start to grow this business. You want to build it with intention, right? So in the beginning, of course, don't wait for perfection. You just want to schedule it and get going. But if you're going to take this business seriously, you're going to have to learn the ins and outs of it. So that's why tonight, this is the orientation. So if this is your first one, you're going to write tonight's date down as your first orientation call. But you also want to get into the habit of inviting every new planner, every new partner that joins your team. Also invite them to every new orientation call, because we are here every single Tuesday. Okay, rain or shine, doesn't matter if it's a holiday, we will be here. And then there's an opportunity call, which is a presentation every single Thursday night, and that is every single Thursday as well. So as you're getting to understand the business and understand, the technology, the ingredients, and all of that, and maybe even the different product lines and the compensation plan, you don't have to be an expert. You just have to get really good at inviting people to the Thursday calls. Okay, and in the beginning, you want to hop on at least, I would say, 10 of these until you're so well versed that you can share the story without having to, look back at notes, or that it just comes. But you're going to want to practice as well. Okay, so definitely you're going to want to practice a little bit so that you get all the lingo down. And then check with your team. Most teams, they actually have team events. They could be, Zoom calls that they do once a week or once a month, but check with your team to see when they have maybe in-person or online events. We have some events at the corporate headquarters here in California on Monday nights, but check with your team to see if there are local events that you could start plugging into. You want to get to know the local leaders. You want to get to know leaders and planners in the other cities and other states and cities, because just in case you have a planner over there, you guys can collaborate and start working together. Maybe there are planners in your town. You guys can start working together and hosting these K-pop-ups together as well. You also want to write down your first training day and your first convention day. So you are in luck, because our convention is next weekend. So this is crazy. I joined on this very same, okay, timing wise, like a Tuesday, just like this. And the convention was the following weekend. So not this week, but next weekend. This is the exact thing that happened to me. My very first Zoom call was on a Tuesday night, and I didn't know a thing. I had simply just started to use the products because somebody gifted it to my mom. So I was using products that were gifted to my mom. I was using her products. I was using them. I'd been using them for about 5 days, and people started to compliment me on my skin. And I was like, okay, I want to do this business. And so the first opportunity call going on, or orientation, was on a Tuesday night. And so after listening, I hopped on for an hour, heard the word Byungpool, Centella, Lava Energy Water, all of that for the first time ever. I got super excited. And then I made a decision, because they announced, hey, there's a convention going on in Las Vegas. And without even thinking twice about it, booked a ticket, packed a bag, and I flew over there with one of my girlfriends, Dora, who is now also a director at Riman. So if you haven't made that commitment yet, I challenge you, I urge you, you're not going to want to miss this convention, because as you can see on here, I mean, this is where leaders are born. If your belief is going to go through the roof, okay, and this is what's going to propel you to move forward. If you want to take this business seriously, you're going to want to check it out. Come meet the other leaders. Listen to Chairman On, who is the founder of Riman, and see who you're partnering with, right? You want to get into the room, meet Mr. Danny Bay, Miss Betty Perez. It's going to be such an incredible time, and I can guarantee that you will not regret being there. Afterwards, when you see all the photos and the videos online, you may regret not having attended, but I can promise you, you will not regret attending the convention. Tickets are about $165 or $69 now, but you might want to check with your upline or your team to see if anyone has any extra tickets. It's going to be at the Long Beach Arena. It's the first time ever in Long Beach, California. There is an airport right down the street. So if you can fly into the Long Beach airport, it's just a quick, short Uber ride to the arena. So I hope that we get to see you all there. Now, anybody who is brand new, you heard from Brooke and Jackie how to start, that you need 6,000 SP to become a senior manager. Well, we have these starter kits. So Riman thought of everything. If you want to jumpstart your business right away, they've created starter kits where you actually get the best value for your buck. All these starter kits come with free products, and you're gonna, choose the one that works for you. This is the US one, and then we also have a Canadian starter kit as well. These are strategically made so that you get to try one of every product, and there's points associated with the SP so that if you buy 2, you can start tonight as a manager. If you buy 4 of the premium kits, you can start right away as a senior manager and earn a 20% rebate back and start earning 30% as you start to introduce the products and the business to your customers and your planners tonight. Okay, so I challenge you to not wait for perfection. Don't wait, don't overthink it. You just want to hit the ground running just like we all did without hesitating. Brooke and Jackie, Brooke's in Alabama and Jackie is in Hawaii. They became team leaders before a team leader or a director even flew out to meet them or see them in person. That's incredible. They simply caught the vision and they decided, hey, I'm going to do this. They were intentional. They wanted to build their business. And so they jumped right in and they hit the ground running. And not only did they become a team leader, but they promoted multiple team leaders on their teams. I mean, this is the time to do the business. Right now, we are in 11 countries. And as you heard from Scott Allen, we will be in 50 in 5 years. So in the next 4 years, we're going to be in a total of 50 countries. Okay, guys? I don't know if you understand how big the magnitude of this is. There are multi-billion-dollar businesses that were only in 2 or 3 countries where top earners earned in the millions of dollars. I'm talking like over $50 million in a short period of time, being in only 2 or 3 countries. Imagine, the sky's the limit. We're going into 50 countries, not in 10 years, not in 15 years, but we will be in 50 countries in the next 4 years. And what I love about Riman is you don't have to be a certain rank to recruit outside of your country. We are all one server. As long as you become a distributor here at Riman, you're able to have customers and recruit planners in any of the countries that we are in. And as we start to grow, I'm pretty sure if you don't know somebody in any of these countries, somebody in your downline will. Next month, we'll be launching in Peru, Chile, Colombia, Italy, Spain, and we have like Romania, we have Ecuador, we have Thailand, Australia, uh, so many more. I know I'm missing a few because there are just so many, but this is going to be an incredible time, and this moment in time will not come again. So don't overthink it. We're here to help you every single Thursday. Like I said, every single Tuesday and Thursday, we're here. This coming Thursday, we have an amazing lineup. We have 2 incredible top directors, MJ Kim and Monica An, sharing the opportunity. So again, if you're not really good, if you don't feel confident about sharing the Riman opportunity yet, invite them to Thursday's call. And we have an amazing testimonial from Uni Martin, one of our incredible leaders out in Miami. She has an incredible story that she will be sharing. And next Tuesday, we're going to do this again, right before the convention. Okay. You want to come back because it's going to be the week of convention. Energy level is going to be high. People are going to be super curious. Whoever you have, bring them onto this orientation call because we have incredible directors, Christy Fellison, Tracy Zimmer, Brianna Michael, and Jermaine Johnson. I promise you, I've heard them speak so many times. They are going to blow your planners away. So you just have to get really good at inviting and we will do the rest. All right, guys, you can take a screenshot of this. We have something new that started this month. We have a leadership academy on Wednesdays. If you are a team leader, please join us on February 25th for the first session of a leadership academy that will be going on for the entire year. And as you can see in the bottom, on the 27th and 28th, we have Riman Convention. On Friday, February 27th, for the first time ever, we have a senior manager and hire training from 2 to 6 p.m. Okay, first time ever. That training has been exclusive to team leaders only, but for the first time, senior managers are welcome to join. So if you're a senior manager on this call, or if you're not quite yet, set a goal to get to senior manager before the end of this week so that we can welcome you and help you jumpstart your business with Riman and get you to the next level and get everyone to the team leader, to get to team leader so that you can join us at the team leader celebration on Friday night as well. All right, guys, we are going to wrap this up. You guys can go head out to enjoy your Chinese Lunar New Year celebrations. It was such a pleasure to be on this call with all of you. Thank you, Scott Allen. Thank you, Jackie, Brooke, and Laura for pouring into the company. We are so incredibly honored to be here with every single one of you on this call tonight. We cannot wait to see you at the Long Beach Convention. Like I said, don't overthink it. You miss 100% of the shots you never take. We'll see you there. Bye, everyone.